Good morning everyone, Prue Blenasset here, leading intuitive business strategist and women's transformation catalyst, and I love to support women to bring through their soul work, through what it is that they're really here to do in this world. You know, how their divine soul spark, their feminine divinity, how that is deeply desiring and wanting to be expressed in this world. So I wanted to share a little story today because I've been speaking to some beautiful women lately who are really wanting to work with me and are feeling, you know, a little bit of hesitation around it. And I know what this feels like so well. Hey beautiful Christine, how are you? Good morning. And I know what this feels like. I want to do a little rewind to early last year, and my business was taking a new incarnation. So I've been in my business for about 10 years now, since I moved from Melbourne, from the city, to near Byron Bay where I am now, which is, if you're not in Australia, it's a lovely kind of little holiday town on the east coast where, you know, it's very kind of alternative and a bit of the kind of hippie movement back in the 70s, and, you know, the age of Aquarius and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty beautiful place to be, both naturally and also because the mindset is very open and very interested in new ways of doing things and new ways of being. So anyway, rewinding back to about a year ago, so I was my business was undertaking its third incarnation. So like I said, I've been in business for 10 years now, and to begin with, my business was called Of Service, and I was really supporting other small business owners with their business and marketing, so strategic guidance, systems, all of that kind of stuff. And I built that business to be very successful. I had a team of about 5 people working with me. I'm just at the park now and there's these beautiful puppies all around me. Hey everyone. So yeah, I built that business to have 5-figure months, had a team of people working with me. But what I realized is that I had basically recreated the kind of the paradigm, the way of working that I was experiencing, or that I was used to in Melbourne and that I'd grown up with. So I'm just going to show you where I am at this park. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you can see. It's like a little sanctuary. And this is where I sit, on this tree stump, which is so gorgeous. So yeah, this first incarnation, I basically recreated this way of doing business that I knew back in Melbourne, which was working nights and weekends. It was really honouring the masculine aspects of me, the force, the hustle, the push, you know, the kind of get anything done at whatever costs. Hey Rosie, hey beautiful woman, hey Barb, how are you gorgeous? So that was the first incarnation of my business, and it was really honouring, you know, the kind of masculine aspects of me that were completely capable. And Rosie used to work with me back in Melbourne, so she well knows the experience of that workplace that we both encountered. So then the second incarnation of my business was Make Space, Allow Grace. So that was really in that I was supporting women to connect deeply with their inner wisdom and bring forward what it was that they were here to do in this world. And that business was much more feminine, much more flowing, easeful, but it was lacking the strategy. You know, it didn't have the things in place that I needed. I wasn't following my own advice. I didn't have the things in place that I needed to actually be successful in that business. So early last year, I had and this is how it happens for me, I had the Women of Impact came into my field of awareness, I should say, like a gift from my soul or my higher self. It dropped into my awareness one morning in that kind of theta state of waking. And the next kind of 2 to 3 months for me were about embodying the energy of what that business was going to be. And it got to a point about midway through last year when I was kind of ready to launch and move forward into Women of Impact and into the energy of what this business was and what I was here to bring forward in this next kind of incarnation of my business and my soul work. And I had the opportunity come to me to work with a mentor, and it was something that I felt so deeply, like in every cell of my body, I felt like this was the right thing to do. But at that point in my business, I didn't have that kind of money just sitting in my account ready to spend. It was an 8K investment, and I spoke to my partner about it, and he basically told me all of the rational reasons why I shouldn't do it, I shouldn't follow it, wasn't a good idea, or, was kind of asking me all these questions, basically, trying to talk me out of it. And I had to do some real deep soul searching, and I went to the beach and I sat there probably for about half an hour, and I went really deep inside of myself to connect and to see, was this the next step for me? And the answer was a resounding yes. Like I just absolutely knew that this was what I wanted to do. This was what I needed to do. My soul felt pulled in that direction, and so the decision was made. And my partner and I had a huge fight. We ended up separating at the time, and I went to stay with my parents. So it was a big deal. And what I've learned in that process is to really kind of reclaim my power and to honor both my my sense of strategy that comes from, this masculine, really kind of mentally articulate place in me, and also to honor my feminine flow and a sense of ease and effortlessness that is entirely accessible and possible for us when we're following our soul's calling, when we're doing what it is that we're here to do while we're put on this planet. So I wanted to drop in today and just have a quick chat about that, and just share that story, and you kind of know the end of the story because my partner and I are together, and we're soulmates of many lifetimes, and we're forging a path together into the future. And the work that I do now is weaving all of these things together. So it's the of service, that initial kind of strategic guidance that I was doing with of service. It's the feminine introspection that came through in Make Space, Allow Grace. It is supporting women of impact to deliver their soul's work in this world. And the way that I do that is now through sharing what I know about how to craft incredible, high value, high offering, high value, high end transformational offerings for your clients, so that there is this absolute magnetism. The connection is so aligned for you, and the messaging is so clear, so that you have the strategy and your energy is on point for actually moving forward in this soul work that you're here to deliver. And so I was just reflecting, after speaking to these women, I was reflecting on the pain of that moment of decision and the pain of that, separation from my partner in order to follow what I knew was deeply my soul's calling. And one other part that I wanted to share is that we didn't actually need to separate in order for me to be able to do that. There was an element of me that I wasn't backing myself. I wasn't backing myself in the conversation with him, in the partnership. And at that point in time, he was supporting, he was earning a bit more than I was, so he was supporting the household a bit more than I was. So there was this really different kind of dynamic in our relationship that as an independent female, I wasn't really, I wasn't kind of used to. It didn't really sit right with me, and I'm very happy to say that that is not a part of our experience anymore. Things have changed. I'm actually, really pleasantly surprised at how things have changed as a result of me earning great money. Like, it seems like this element of pressure of him being the provider and having to, be able to manage everything has come off him, and therefore it's come off us and our relationship and our dynamic. So that's been an incredibly beautiful thing to witness. What I wanted to share really is that it only takes one decision and one moment of backing yourself to really be able to move into the next stage of transformation in what it is that you're here to bring forward. And it's absolutely possible for you. You can absolutely do this. I speak to women who are like, oh, I don't know if I'm, if I have what it takes, or I don't know if what I can offer is good enough. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. You're freaking amazing, and you just need to own it. It's time to own it, claim it, embrace it, and move forward. So if this is resonating with you, if you would love to have a look at what your kind of soul essence is and what you want to bring into the world, I invite you to jump on a free call with me. It's a juicy heart-to-heart, half an hour, and there's no pressure whatsoever to work with me. You can do that at ceopriestesschat.com. I also have an incredible free blueprint activation and free video training series at the moment, which you can access at keystosacredsuccess.com. And I really hope you'll join me in that journey, because it's been a really beautiful thing to bring together and to condense all of my learnings and wisdom into these 8 sacred keys. So I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll give you one last look at this divine creek space where I am.